What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. These are my thoughts. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm literally sitting in the back of a minivan. I'm not even joking. This is my relaxed spot. I don't like hanging out in comedy clubs. I got 2 shows tonight. I'm at an open mic, and then I'm gonna go to a book show in St. Pete. I like to work out some new stuff before I go to the Friday night show. It's like a nice warm-up, but I hate watching comedy shows. I really do. So I'd rather sit in my car and read. I brought my Kindle, and I was debating going to Starbucks, but I decided, got a good parking spot. I don't want to lose it. But I hope you guys are having a good day. Things are good here. I went to Applebee's. Yeah, you're just going to hear about my life. I went to Applebee's with my dad. And sad news, remember that guy I was talking about at Applebee's, the dishwasher who was like in a band, and I was like, he kills it at karaoke every week. You get to sing grunge, and really inspiring. And then the other waiter told me that he had a heroin problem. So I went there, and I went with my brother and my dad. And I was like, oh, where's Delaney? Is he going to sing? And they were like, Delaney got fired. And I was like, what? He says, yeah, he was passed out in the kitchen or something, and he's not here anymore. And that kind of broke my heart, because I've heard stories like this in comedy, like really funny guys. Like there was a guy, rest in peace, named Eric Myers, who was phenomenally funny, like really funny. And I've talked about him before, and he had some problems, and he came to LA, and I heard wasn't good for him just being in that environment. And then he came back to Florida, and then he ended up getting hit by a car or something on the road. I don't know what happened, but I feel like drugs and artists, just not a good mix in general. I don't drink that much. In my 20s, I tried drinking once before a show. I think I was at the comic strip in New York, and I drank, and I killed. I was like, this is great. I have this magic elixir that's going to make me funny now. Don't have to be nervous. And I was loose on stage, but you're not really funny loose. You're just like loose. Like there's a way to be comfortable on stage without alcohol, but with alcohol, it's like a different type of energy. Like, I've noticed that through the years. Like, I can see guys now who go on stage drunk, and a lot of those guys don't write new jokes. They go on stage and they meander, and they think they're killing, but they're really not. Or guys who have like coke problems. I've seen that happen. Guys who are really funny, then they have a coke problem in LA, and they go on stage and they just they just talk really fast and loud and these high energy act outs, but it's really not that funny. Like, the jokes aren't there anymore. And even though the audience doesn't know, right? They're not famous. So the audience is like, oh, this must be funny, and people are laughing here and there, but I can tell from before to now. So I feel like drugs, and I guess the music scene, come on, must be so many talented artists out there who just go down that whirlpool, and next thing you know, they're in a dark place, and it's really hard to recover from that type of thing. I'm a big Norm Macdonald fan, and I've heard like he lost his money many times over to gambling. I got to meet Artie Lang once, and I've heard his story about how he would just blow his money on drugs and prostitutes and whatever, and his nose is all messed up now from like snorting glass or something. My God, it's crazy. Not to say that the real world isn't messed up, because I know plenty of like film executives who have like coke problems. I just think drugs, they permeate our soul, and they can just mess us up on so many levels and just derail us, especially. And it just sucks when you have talent. You've got this incredible talent, and it's already a hard business, and then you're fighting against the business and then your own personal demons. It's a lose-lose situation. What really sucks is when you actually have shine on you, and that's so hard to get, and then you blow it, you flush it all down the drain. Like, remember that guy from Taxi? Taxi was the sitcom in like the, I think 70s, and I think one of those guys just got really messed up on drugs, and he was a legit star on that show, and so many sitcom actors went down that path, and they never worked again after their show, right? Like, you use your sitcom to go on to other shows and do other cool things. It's the start of your success, and next thing you know, you're in rehab. That money goes real quick, and usually when you're at the bottom, that's when you find out who your real friends are. That's a fact. This might be the bottom. I'm in a minivan waiting to go up at an open mic to try out new jokes. I like to think, though, that I'm working hard. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Talk soon. Take care.